What would be a good rate for you as a boom up today?
I will tell you where I was 2 years ago before the strikes.
Action.
Yeah.
So from Spider-Man to No Way Home, Stranger Things, Genius, House of Pain, Vampire Diaries, I can go on and on and on and on and on. This is a six-figure boom op with 40 plus major credits. Brian's techniques and professionalism set the gold standard for what a boom op should be. And it's such an honor and a pleasure to have him here with me today. Brian has seen me go from a utility to, I don't know what he wants to call me now, but I'm just happy to have him here. So welcome, Brian.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. It's a lot of students that want to know, they think about the title boom op and they're like, oh man, your arms hurt. My arms are going to hurt. Let's just go ahead and dead that right now. Tell them, how do you sustain working 12 to 16 hour days as a boom op?
You have to stay limber. The job is extremely physical. I have a yoga routine I do every morning, every evening. Just try to stay limber because it will beat you up. And it's not the arms. It is the shoulders. It's the lower back. It's the legs. It messes you up.
That's crazy. So what have you been doing to prepare yourself like for your first day? Like, how did you learn that you needed to start doing yoga? And
after I injured myself. Yeah.
what was the injury?
Well, were you there on Let's Stay Together at Screen Gems?
I was.
Okay. So the final straw was I played a gig the night before a day of work, carried all our gear up the stairs of Smith's Old Bar, and I came in the next morning not able to move my left leg in front of my right leg. And I walked up remember the parking lot down there?
Yeah.
And then I walked up the hill, one leg meeting the other as I walked up there and was just in severe pain and I didn't know what to do, saw some doctors. They're like, they want to give you drugs and surgery. I was like 30 maybe at the time, 44 now. So, I was not interested in drugs or surgery.
At least not those kind.
Yeah, right.
Just joking.
So I just, I looked into alternative methods of back pain management, or just started diving into research. How do I heal myself? And I went for yoga and stretching.
No.
And it seemed it works. It keeps the pain at bay, but it is after seeking medical professional advice, they are all just blown away by what I do and the physical demands of it. They're like, why are you holding weight above your head and have your neck turned? Why are you standing on your feet for 14 hours a day? Why are you, and this is what the job is. So they're like, don't do that. I have to do that. That's the job.
Did you show them your paycheck?
I did not show them my paycheck.
They'll probably be like, I get it.
But I'm sure they were like, yeah, look at my paycheck. It's way bigger. But anyways, yeah, so I went for the route of staying limber and trying to heal myself in that fashion. It seems to work.
Yeah,
it works.
I actually remember when you started running a lot and you were starting to do yoga and you would come and say, look, I can stand up straight now. My back is not. Yeah, I remember you would do that. It's funny, man. Yep. I've known you since I think I first got into the industry as a utility.
Was Paul Sorhan the first
one of the
guy?
First
that was
that I work with. And it's always a pleasure working with you, Brian. You've been a boom op for so long now. How long have you been?
Like 20 years.
20 years. And you are only a boom op?
PA.
Oh, you were a PA?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, when I got to Atlanta, I started PAing, started networking with other PAs, figured out what the scene in Atlanta was. I came here specifically because I knew that I could work for Turner Broadcasting.
Oh, that's what you thought?
Yep.
Okay.
And I applied for a bunch of jobs to, the empty internet where I saw nothing in return. And it was meeting people. It was networking with actual people that do the same job, PA,
Gotcha.
that got me in. And then from there, I found out that Atlanta had a big commercial scene.
What would be a good rate for you as a boom up today?
I will tell you where I was 2 years ago before the strikes was $60 an hour.
Okay.
And where I am now after the strikes is $45.
Oh no.
I did Ant-Man in 2014 for $47. The studios has fucked us.
Yeah, it's bad right now. So what are people doing right now?
Well, a lot of people are not working. They're starving. I know some people just left the business.
So sad.
There's a lot of talk on the social media pages, the crew pages, about just people not finding work. And I would say Atlanta itself is probably up to 30% the capacity of work that it had 2 years ago before these strikes. And I'm not saying strikes are a bad idea. I'm all about organized labor,
right.
Get
the rates right.
Get your shit. Yeah, get this shit right. And we deserve to be paid X amount of dollars for what we do. And but the setbacks of those strikes, and the weirdness of the industry currently have set the studios in a nice position to just say, hey, there's only so much work right now, and if you want it, you can do it for this amount of money, because there's a bunch of people who are gonna take it. And I have actually tried to do some negotiating this last year for getting a rate up on a movie, and I had 2 other boom ops in town calling the producers, telling them they will take the lower rate.
So how important is it for us to talk about rates? I think that we should talk about rates.
I think we should all be on the same page. Yeah. And it's funny because these guys who are calling the producer are hold the line guys.
Wow. And they have the audacity.
Yeah.
Trust me. Well,
I know you've been through your share of
it is what it is.
Competition.
But you know what? What's so interesting to me, I've learned to stop asking people what they're working on. Because I used to go on a job, I day play a lot I'm a commercial mixer, whatever you want to call me. And I would go on sets with people and I'd be like, hey, Brian, what's up? What are you working on? And you'd be like, oh, I got a job with Steve tomorrow. And I'm like, Steve didn't call me. And it would make me feel some kind of way. So I got to a point where I stopped asking and I just let the universe, God, whatever you want to choose to believe in, just bring me the work. And I've realized by doing that, I stay steady. And I'm very grateful for that. I don't know if it's because I'm in the commercial market or what, but I think we should differentiate and talk about how you do movies and TV shows and I do commercials, promo. So my workload is basically steady, where it's starting to dwindle off because it takes projects that you're working on for us to have something to promote, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
So,
promos.
Promos. Yeah. So, we find ourselves doing a lot of sit-down interviews, a lot of commercials. We even did something corporate the other day. But let's talk about the different avenues that you can make money in as a boom op. You can do movies, you can do commercials, and which ones do you prefer?
I do the 3.
Okay.
Movies, TV, and commercials. They all have a slightly different workflow as well. I personally like commercials best for having an ideal work-life balance. They're one-day jobs. They pay a lot more than TV or movies, and typically the day is a shorter day.
Yeah.
If you can fill up 10 days in a month with a commercial, you are doing great.
So that's your approach. You would prefer to work on random jobs throughout the month, opposed to some people feel like they need to be a part of a project. They want to see it from start to finish. I did that for 7 years. I could care less at this point.
Yeah.
It's
and I
not
feel that way.
no shade to the creativity,
Right.
but it's just that, I like having work-life balance. And when I
I
was
do
a
as well,
utility for
yes.
7 years, I saw people out of shape, miserable, just angry, and they didn't have a life, divorced. And I was just like, you know what? This is great to work around all these celebrities, but I want a life. And so the commercial market was just a little bit better for me.
Right.
And I'm just happy to be in this market. But I will do a movie and I will do a TV show when it comes. But for you prefer the commercials as well.
Yes, for a work-to-life balance.
Yeah.
I do enjoy seeing a movie all the way through. Working on that movie's fun. It's very life-consuming though. For example, this last one that I just finished was like a 4-month limited series.
Wow.
And it was about it was a true story about like a family, a guy who murdered his family. And we lived these people's lives.
It's weird.
The whole time. And it's just, it's hard to shut it off every day. And it's not what I wanted to like have consume my time in life for 4 months.
I understand.
It's a bad vibe. You know what I mean? But I mean, the crew was great. It was fun. It was like cool to hang out with people and do the stuff every day. But every scene was like super heavy or super cringy.
Yeah. Got to keep that in mind as you're working on these projects. I don't think people think about that.
There's a big mental toll, physical toll to all of it. And I attribute that to the hours that it takes to do it.
It doesn't help.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
There's a lot of money involved in making these projects, and the people who put up that money are like, we're going to get this done. Right. And it doesn't matter if it's 70 hours a week to get it done. Dang. We're doing it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be done from here to here, and then you can go, live your life. Movies and TV are great for, we live in America. We have our healthcare attached to our jobs. And that's what our union provides us, is healthcare and some sort of retirement. So TV movies are great for keeping that system moving along. Having the option to go to the doctor, having money put aside into like a 401k and stuff like that, and just to
that's great that the union does that for us. But Georgia's a right to work state, so you will take whatever you can, right?
Right. And a lot of commercials are non-union,
right,
as you know. So there's a way that you can get behind on your future if you're just doing commercials. You're not getting as many of those union days with the benefit hours.
Either like you want the bigger check or you want the union hours.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And somewhere there's a way to strike that balance. I feel fortunate that I have all the experiences of commercial TV and movies to be able to dip in all that and have at least that kind of
options.
Or just mix of the financial, just to like, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
It also helps too that my wife is also
loaded. I'm just joking. No, she works in TV and film as well.
Yeah, she does props. So we have combined our like our medical account and stuff like that, and income and all that jazz. And it's like
that's perfect,
it helps out a lot. It helps us get ahead.
So to my students that want to learn how to be a boom op, what is it that have mixers calling you constantly, from commercials to movies to TV shows? What is it about Brian Didsbury or a popular boom op in general that keeps you working?
Diplomacy. Everything is diplomacy. You can suck at your job, and as long as people like hanging out with you for 14 hours a day, you're gonna get hired. Being good at your job helps.
Yes,
it helps a lot.
Please know where to point the boom.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's boom op specifically, like having an ear for understanding when that mic is really on axis, how it sounds good, being able to, you work with your camera department of knowing how to stay out of the shots.
Right.
Your DPs and your gaffers about how to keep shadows off of talent or the background.
So cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that
keep you hired on.
Yeah, but I think mainly it's diplomacy.
You like how my commercials sound? Of course you do. You should learn from the pros at Sound Mixers. Sign up today.
Join our 5-day challenge where we'll teach you how to get pro-level sound on set, learn the gear, the workflow, and the tricks of the trade straight from certified pros. Click below to sign up today.
Yep.
So, to the students now that want to enter the industry, Brian, what are 5 tips you would give a sound enthusiast that wants to be a boom op?
Well, all right. Diplomacy is huge. That's number 1. You have to be friendly with people. You got to have people skills. You got to learn how to put out fires because there's going to be a lot of panicking. And as long as you can keep the image that everything is cool and we've got this under control, you'll be successful.
Yeah.
There's other like techniques of just how to keep yourself in good favor with the crew.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, those are, I guess, job technique things. Like if you're booming, you want to face the camera operator or a focus puller's monitor so that they can tell you if you've dipped into the frame.
Right.
And you want to, be able to keep out.
So would you include knowing lenses?
Knowing lenses is huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. When they say we're going to do, we're going to put a 25 on this camera, that's a big wide.
Yeah.
If they're going to do a 50, then it's going to be like a medium. It'll be what they call a cowboy, like kind of thighs up.
Yeah.
Depending on how close the camera is also to the subject.
What microphones are you typically working with? What top 3 microphones are you typically working with that'll handle wide, tight, medium shots?
So, all right. There's 2 types of microphones that we use. There's the shotgun microphone, which we typically use for outdoor. It has a lot of side rejection, and a long pickup pattern that can pick up, further distance.
Right.
And then there's the indoor kind of short mic, hypercardioid. Still has some side rejection, but it's a richer, fuller sound. You get it closer to people.
Right.
You're in a room rather than the outdoors. Brands, Sennheiser MKH50 for the indoor mic.
Right.
The Schoeps CMC is the old school. That one was the used up through the early aughts before the MKH50 came out. The Sennheiser 416 shotgun mic, very popular. It's used all over still. It's been used forever. I personally like the Sanken CS3E as the shotgun mic. Its distance from top of the head to probably 5 feet above the head, there's no tonal difference.
Wow.
That CS3E is extended.
Oh,
range.
That's good to know.
Yep.
Maybe I'll grab that mic.
It's a great mic. It's really nice.
Cool. Look, Brian, I could talk to you for days. I could talk to you about anything. And that's why I like working with you. As a sound mixer,
we don't talk about work when I work with you.
No. And it's not like, are we working when we work together?
No, we're hanging out.
Yeah, but we are professionals and where we get it done. And for me, I tell people be nice to the PAs, and I also tell people be nice to your utilities because they can turn into your boss one day. Right.
Yeah.
So
prime
thank you for
example.
being nice to me.
Dude.
And I love
No
working
problem.
with you, Brian. You're amazing. You're so funny and so great to be around. Now, I have a couple students in here that may have a couple questions for you. We're going to ask those questions. Then we're going to get you in the room next door
Sure.
so you can show technique and show them why you are who you are.
Okay.
Steve, do I have anything from you that can tie in, make a bow?
No, I didn't have any.
Okay. Glenn, do you have anything? I know you've been focused on that.
Yeah, so we got their questions.
Okay.
We have some other.
All right, cool. All right, so Marcus, what's your questions for Brian? You don't have any. All right, Tay, do you have any questions? Everybody wants to know how you hold your body. I'll tell you that. What? Go ahead, Ian.
Do you have any like gear that helps you to hold the boom pole or anything, or is it all just?
I don't. It's all body. And one of the things I learned in one of the times that I've had to go to physical therapy for just work related injury was core. Like, hold it with your core. I was never a guy that had any core strength, and I was always just going for it with my shoulders. And it ended up kind of causing an issue in my upper back shoulder blade area. And they I don't know, the physical therapists, doctors, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I don't think they were doctors though. But they were like, hold it with your core. Like, hold your core solid while you're doing this. I got a great chiropractor. Chiropractor told me at one point in time, like, do not be turning your head while you're doing this. And like, you have to see what you're doing.
Right.
But as much as I can, yeah, I will either like kind of face the camera. I'll kind of keep them on the side of my eye. I do a lot of head turning, but I've tended to just listen to my body and know, like, this is hurting me, and
Switch
maybe
positions.
you're constantly shifting.
Mhm.
Sometimes you get put in a corner where you can't shift, and that is the most painful. Do the same thing forever, or it will just be the most painful thing.
Well,
ever.
let's show them what you do. Let's take them over to the next room and give them some practical examples of what you do. Before we do that, anybody else? Any last questions? Go ahead.
You talked about how you have how you're able to keep diplomacy and that's how you're able to be well liked, but what do you do exactly that is able to
He's funny.
be well liked?
Yeah, I try to remain just respectful to everybody. There's a lot of, I keep in the back of my mind too that, like I said before, we give them what they allow us to get. They will re-record anything. Like, I've worked on Marvel movies, and a lot of times it's stunt guys doing everything, and then they will CG the actor's face on there. So that is recorded later in post. And like, a Marvel movie is all post sound. Like, the whole movie's pretty much, I mean, if it's like a scene in a house where people are having a conversation, they're going to use the audio from that scene, that shoot day. But for the most part, it's all overdubbed.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And they will re-record anything. So if we don't get it, it's not a big deal. If it is a big deal, then your producers, your director, they will make sure they get it.
Yeah.
They'll be like, they will allow you to get it.
I love working with sound-friendly producers and directors.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Any last questions before we take y'all over to practice boom?
Did I answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay.